Sorry, Europe, Trump has found better allies in Asia. August 9, 2026. President Donald Trump's foreign policy increasingly divides U.S. allies into two groups, those that deserve close strategic attention and those that do not. While most European countries receive less priority, key Indo-Pacific allies, Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, and Australia, are central to Washington's strategy of containing China. This reflects Trump's view that China, not Russia, is America's primary geopolitical rival. He expects Europe to take greater responsibility for its own security while the U.S. shifts military resources toward Asia, where China's growing influence poses the greatest long-term challenge. Japan is the cornerstone of this Indo-Pacific strategy. Its location forms a defensive barrier against potential Chinese military action toward Taiwan, the Philippines, and neighboring states, while Okinawa hosts a major U.S. military presence. Under Prime Minister Sonai Takaichi and Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi, Japan has raised defense spending to 2% of GDP and expanded defense cooperation across the Indo-Pacific through closer ties with India, Australia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Tokyo has also strengthened relations with South Korea despite historical tensions. The two countries resumed bilateral maritime search and rescue drills for the first time in 9 years, while participating with the U.S. in the annual Freedom Edge military exercise. This renewed trilateral partnership is viewed as essential to regional deterrence. South Korea remains one of the world's strongest militaries, ranking 5th globally in military capability. Its large active duty force, advanced artillery, and sizable tank fleet make it a critical component of any strategy to deter North Korea and contain China. Meanwhile, Japan is rapidly modernizing its own military by investing in drones, long-range precision strike systems, standoff missiles, and hypervelocity gliding projectiles. These capabilities strengthen deterrence while demonstrating Japan's willingness to take greater responsibility for regional security. The Takaichi government has recognized that Trump values allies that take concrete action rather than relying solely on U.S. leadership. With Washington heavily engaged in the Middle East, Indo-Pacific partners have advanced regional defense cooperation independently in anticipation of renewed American focus on Asia. Japan has reinforced this strategy through defense exports, including the sale of 3 upgraded Mogami-class frigates to Australia and ongoing negotiations with the Philippines and Indonesia on destroyers and anti-ship missiles. These efforts respond to China's increasingly assertive behavior, including military pressure on Taiwan, repeated incursions into the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia, harassment of Japanese aircraft, and a recent long-range ballistic missile launch by a Chinese nuclear-powered submarine into the South Pacific. Such actions have heightened regional security concerns while strengthening cooperation among democratic nations. The article argues that the expanding security network linking the U.S., Japan, South Korea, Australia, and the Philippines provides the most effective response to China's unilateral actions. Japan has emerged as both a diplomatic leader and military contributor to this coalition, while the U.S. remains its ultimate security guarantor. Although Trump's attention may shift away from Europe, the Indo-Pacific alliance has become stronger and more proactive than ever, laying the foundation for an accelerated U.S. strategic pivot to Asia. By Washington Examiner, story by Derek Grossman, Washington Examiner.